All right. Hello. Welcome to your uh, breath plus flow plus expansion. I have two blocks. I actually don't have a strap, but I'm going to use my sweatshirt when it comes to that time, and I'll show you how to do that. So if you don't have a strap, don't worry about it. But if you do, grab one or grab something like a towel. I might use my towel that you could use as a strap. We're going to open up the shoulders, the chest here in a little bit. And let's get started today on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana. So it's a supine butterfly pose. And if you're using a playlist, go ahead and start it up now. And lie down on the earth. Draw the soles of your feet together. And then let your heels come in towards your sits bone. Your knees hang comfortably open. And then your hands can come down either by your hips. You could also put one hand on your low belly, one hand on your heart. Just find something that grounds you, gives you a moment here to get settled in. And if it feels comfortable to you to close your eyes, go ahead and do so. Relax your brows. And wiggle your jaw from side to side and let it go slack, releasing. And give yourself a moment to drop into this practice. So dropping into your breath first. As you breathe in, you know you're breathing in. And as you breathe out, you know you're breathing out. Inhale through your nose. Allow for your breath to rise. Then maybe you exhale through your mouth so that you empty out all the way completely. Feel a release. Inhale through your nose. And exhale, let it go. Taking your own breath at your own pace. If you're going to work into Ujjayi Pranayam, your Ujjayi breath, the lips are lightly sealed. And you drag your breath through the back of a slightly constricted throat, both on your way in and on your way out. And this deep and even breathing, it carries you through your entire practice. And so on the exhale, it would be like you were going to fog up a mirror in front of you if you were to open your mouth. So it becomes very dynamic, it's powerful. And that breath courses all the way through your body, moving oxygen to all of your extremities. And when you're ready, gently bring your knees together so that your low back can go flat on the mat. And you might even take a little baby curl of your pubic bone up towards your navel so that you can release out and swivel your hips kind of side to side. And then when you're ready, hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. You can take a little baby rock side to side with your knees if that feels right. And then hands behind your thighs, spinal rocks and rolls forward and backward. Take about 3 of these. Keep your low back rounded so it doesn't slap against the earth. And use your core to move you forward and backward. And on the last one, you come all the way through. And let's meet on hands and knees, all fours in your box pose. Stack your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Spread your fingers out wide, but being cognizant of the spread between your thumb and your forefinger so that it's not too much, but just enough. And then once you're there, inhale, drape a soft belly down towards the ground. Lift your chin, lift your tail. And then exhale, reverse your movement. Dome out your upper back, navel to your spine, and let your head hang. Inhale, your belly down. Your heart presses between your upper arm bones. And then exhale, belly up. Maybe your ears drop between your upper arm bones. Inhale to roll it back through. And exhale to curl it up. Moving at your own pace here. Match your breath to your movement. And at any point, if you want to sway the hips around, get out of the vertical plane. Start to feel out your hips, your knees, your shoulders, elbows, wrists. So all of the joints here. Do that. And then if you're circling, go in the opposite direction as well. Just find natural movement here. Doesn't need to be perfect, just honest. What's showing up in your body. All right. And then come back into stillness. Take an inhale. Curl up your toes. But on the exhale, just sit your hips back towards your heels for a moment and bring your shoulders over your hips. You might have to take your pinky toe and slide it out from underneath the fourth toe. And just stretch your feet here for a second. On your inhale, reach your arms up over your head. And on the exhale, interlace your fingers, flip your palms towards the sky. Opening up through the side body. Awesome. Breathing here. Relax your shoulders back and down. Pull the pit of your belly in. Take your inhale. And then exhale, let your hands come back and down. And on the inhale, lift up onto your knees. Bring your arms up over your head. And then exhale, open arm twist. Take your left arm forward, your right arm back, just breathing here. Inhale, both arms reach back up. You're facing forward. Exhale, your right hand forward, your left hand back. Open arm twist. Inhale, reach your arms back to the sky. Exhale, sit back onto your heels. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lifting back up. Exhale, open arm twist. Left arm forward. Inhale, right hand reaches forward and up. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale, front and center. Exhale, sit to your hips, hands to your heart. Inhale, hands to the ground. All fours, curl up your toes. Exhale, lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog and breathe. So your feet might be about hip width distance apart. Hands could be about shoulder width distance. But really press your chest in towards your thighs and let your head hang. Now inhale to a soft bend with your knees. Gaze forward. Exhale as many steps as you need to take your feet to your hands at the top of your mat. Inhale, hands either to blocks or to your shins. Tabletop your spine. Pull the crown forward, your tailbone back, your belly up. And then exhale as deep of a bend as you need in your knees to bring your chest to your thighs and let your head hang down completely. Let it go. Option 2, thread your arms behind your calves or to grab opposite elbows and let your arms just kind of reach. You can sway your torso if you're not holding onto your legs. And you breathe. And let your hands come down. And then inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms out and up. And then exhale, let your left hand come down. Reach your right arm up and over. Stretch through your right side body. And then inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, just switch it out. Right arm down, your left arm takes over to the right, opening up through your left side body. And then you inhale, come right back up. Both arms to the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Let your chest come all the way down. Now on your inhale, lengthen your spine. Take the crown forward, your tail back. Exhale, hands down, step your left foot back. And then let your left knee drop down to the ground with control. So your right knee tracks the heel or the ankle. Inhale, bring your shoulders over your hips, your arms up over your head. Stay for the exhale. So Salamba Anjaneyasana, your supported crescent lunge. And just be here. Breathe. Relax your shoulders back and down. Awesome. Now take an inhale. Reach your fingertips a little bit higher. A slight arching through your upper back. And then exhale. Bring your hands down. Shift your hips back. Straighten through your right leg. Flex your toes back towards your shin. And then spin your navel towards your right thigh bone. It's going to allow for your hips to level and square off naturally. Okay, so taking a little bit of a different thing here than we normally do, and skip it if you don't like it, right? It's all good. But on the inhale, see if you can flare your tailbone back and take a cow spine. So pull your heart forward. And then on the exhale, it's like a cat spine. Tuck your chin, tuck your tail, and separate your shoulder blades. Inhale, flare your tailbone, pull your heart forward, let your belly spill down. And then exhale, arch your upper back, tuck your tail, tuck your chin. Last one, just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to a neutral spine. And then stay right here for your exhale. On the inhale, walk yourself forward. Rebend your right knee. On the exhale, keep your left hand down. Inhale, stack your right shoulder on top of the left. Reach your right fingertip to the sky. Exhale, reach your right fingers back towards the back of your mat. Now, stay right here, feel it out, and then begin to lift your left heel towards your glute. You don't even have to have your hand catch the foot to get the quad stretch on the left leg. If it does, great. Grab on, see how it feels. Watch your right shoulder and your right elbow, and breathe through it. All right. It's a very soft release of your left foot down to the ground. Right hand to the outside of your right foot. Inhale to curl up your left toes, lift your left knee. It's a giant step forward. Exhale, left foot meets the right, top of your mat. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold yourself down, let it go. This time on your inhale, bend your knees, sit your hips back and down, and come into chair pose. So Utkatasana. Pull the pit of your belly in and up, and then allow for your tailbone to drop down. Navel towards your spine. When you gaze down, you can see your toes in front of your knees. And then think of lifting your chest slightly so you do engage your abdominal wall rather than hanging in your hips and your knees. It becomes about your core, your quads, your hamstrings, your inner thighs, your torso. Take one more inhale here, and then exhale, forward fold. Let it all go. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hands down, step your right foot back and bring your right knee down. Inhale to bring shoulders over hips, arms up overhead. Stay for the exhale and breathe. Left knee tracks the heel or the ankle. And then there's an energetic pull of your thighs towards one another, even though they're not actually touching, right? That's what keeps you lifted and balanced. Breathe. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale, bring your hands down. Shift your hips back. Straighten through your left leg. Allow the left hip to draw back, right hip forward. Spin your toes up towards the sky. Just here to start before we move through the spine a little bit. And then you can always just stay here and skip the cat-cow kind of stuff. Otherwise, inhale, flare your tailbone back. Even if you need to bend your left knee, it's okay. Let your heart pull forward, your belly drapes down slightly, and then you exhale, tuck your tail, tuck your chin, dome out your upper back. Inhale, flare it all back open. And exhale, round, pull it in. Inhale, tailbone flares back, heart pulls forward. Exhale, coil it back up. Inhale to your neutral spine. Exhale to just reestablish your balance. Inhale, walk yourself forward. Rebend your left knee. Your right hand comes down as you exhale. And then inhale, take your left arm up to the sky. Stack your left shoulder on top of the right. Gaze follows the left arm. And then option to reach your left hand back. Option to bend your right knee and take your heel towards your glute. Now, if the hand finds the foot, awesome, go for it. If it doesn't, also perfect, so don't worry about it. But watch all of your joints. So the supporting joints on the right arm, your shoulder, your wrist, your elbow. But then also what's happening if you're especially grabbing your right foot with your left hand, watch what's going on with your left elbow. And you take one more inhale. It's a very soft release. So everything is intentional. Everything is with your breath, on purpose, with purpose. Right foot softens back down. Left hand comes up and over. This time it changes. Curl up your right toes. Lift your right knee. This is your inhale. Exhale, step your left foot back with control. And just hold for a second. Bring the knees down if that feels better. Navel towards your spine. Strengthening, warming. And then inhale right here. Shift ever so slightly forward with your shoulders. Exhale, come all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. So toenails and pubic bone to the earth. And then walk your hands out. Come on to tent fingers. And then cricket, like take your elbows up. On the inhale, pubic bone stays down, toenails down. Roll your shoulders back. Lift your chest. And then exhale, drop your right shoulder down, gaze to the left. Inhale to come through center, back to lifting. Exhale your left shoulder down, gaze right. Inhale, flying cobra. Exhale, right shoulder down, gaze to the left. Inhale, roll it back open. And exhale, left shoulder down, gaze right. Inhale, come right back through center. Exhale, melt yourself down. Bring your forehead down and then wiggle your hips from side to side. Get out of your low back. And then from here, with or without a strap, bend your right knee. Either loop a strap around your right foot or your right hand grabs your right ankle, your right foot. And then draw your heel in towards your glute. Stretch the right quad. Try to keep your hip bones down. And breathe. Now you have the option to stay just like this. If you want to take a kind of like, what am I going to call this? It's like a half locust of sorts. You could take your left arm forward. You can press your left foot down. You could lift your chest and take a baby back bend here. You could also lift your left leg. Breathe. And then slowly release. Forehead comes back down. Knees are bent. And then windshield wiper your feet side to side. And then drop your feet back down. Bend into your left knee. Either switch your strap over to your left foot or left hand grabs your left foot, left ankle. And you slowly draw it in. Starting off first with the quad stretch on the left side. We're just adding on, building on. And then if you were into it, take your right arm forward. Thumb faces up. You could lift your chest with your right toes still down. Or then you could lift your right toes. Breathe. Watching the creak of your neck, right? So try not to gaze too far forward. And then slowly come down. Release your left foot. Windshield wiper your feet. And then hands outside your chest. Inhale, pull your heart through to lift. And then exhale, take your hips to your heels, chest to your thighs. Let your forehead come down. And roll your forehead from side to side. Child's pose. And then on your inhale, press up into your box pose. And on the exhale, bring your knees together. Bring the heels, the ankles together. And then sit back onto your heels. So your shins and your knees are down. Yeah? And then from here, bring your hands back behind you. My ankles might pop because it happens sometimes, but lift your knees. And stretch out the tops of your feet, stretch out your shins. If it's there for you, you might also bring your hands to heart center and support only on the tops of your ankles, lifting your knees. But breathe. And then slowly come down. Curl up your toes, separate your feet, and lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog, stretching out through your calves. Let your heels feel heavy. Breathing in. You know you're breathing in. And breathing out. And you know you're breathing out. On your inhale, float your right leg up to the sky. Use your whole breath. And then exhale, knee to your chin, your chest, your nose. Step your right foot forward. Your left heel goes flat. And then inhale, bring your shoulders over your hips, your arms up over your head. So warrior one, right side. And on the exhale, just stay right here. Breathe. Angle your left toe slightly inward. It's going to help the left hip wrap forward. But don't focus on making it perfect, right? There should be no pain. Breathing here. And then take your inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, open this up. Warrior two, right side. Gaze over your right fingertips. Breathing here. Open up through your chest. You might pull your pinky slightly back. And then the legs, the feet are more like on railroad tracks. No, excuse me, like a tightrope rather than railroad tracks. Warrior one is like railroad tracks. Warrior two is like a tightrope. Heel to arch alignment. Inhale to lengthen your spine. On the exhale, spin your left heel in. You're facing the long edge of your mat for goddess pose. Heels in, toes out. And then bring your shoulders over your hips. And so it's easy to kind of stick your butt out. So watch, you don't want duck butt, and then you don't want scared puppy, right? So think of a neutralish spine. It might feel almost like a baby tuck, but it shouldn't be too much. And then arms are out like a cactus. Take an inhale. On the exhale, wrap your right arm underneath the left. You can either hug opposite shoulders, I'm gonna face forward, or you can go palm to palm for eagle arms. Good. And then on the inhale, option to stay here, or lift your elbows, lift your forearms. And then exhale, round it in, elbows in towards your navel, stretching through your low back. Inhale to lift. And exhale to round. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Beautiful, y'all. Now inhale, come right back up. Shoulders over your hips. Release your arms, straighten your legs. Now on the exhale, turn your toes either to parallel to the long edge of your mat, or they might be slightly pigeon-toed. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, hinge forward at your hips and forward fold. Let the crown of your head come down. And then if you work bandhas, think of Uddiyana Bandha as you fold forward here. It's going to create a hollow at the base of your belly. So you let your crown come down. And then if you need a visual, I'm going to show you on profile. I don't really want to interrupt your practice, but I want you to kind of get it, you know? When we talk about Uddiyana Bandha, so when you're here, like my bottom sticks out, you can see my low belly pulls up, right? But Uddiyana Bandha, you take a deep inhale, and then exhale, I'm going to open mouth, sigh it out. And then I pull in here, right? So it becomes soft to touch. So it's not you engaging your abdominals, it's this subtle energy that's on the inside that pulls in and up. So you're here, take an inhale, open mouth, exhale, empty out, and then suck in. And when you fold forward in your prasarita, if you can get that vacuous-like sensation in your core, the organs float up into your rib cage and it creates this little hollow right here for you to just fold over, and it draws you in deeper. And then on the inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, flip back over your right leg at the top of your mat. So coming into a pyramid pose. You can have hands on the ground. You can have hands on your blocks either way, but draw your right hip back, your left hip forward. Spin your navel to your right thigh bone. Let your head hang. All right, y'all. All of the weight into your right leg. Inhale, straighten your right leg, lift the left. On the exhale, just really melt yourself down. Awesome. Now bend your left knee, stack your hips. So we do this a lot from downward facing dog. Today from standing split. Circle out your left knee if you want. Opening up. And then if it's there, you can really take your left knee up towards the sky, left hand to the ground. And then your right hand finds your left ankle and you get a quad stretch here. Opening up also through your left side body. And like the left side of your frontal core, right? So the rib cage, the psoas, all that stuff. Let your head hang. Breathe. One more inhale here. Exhale, carefully close your left hip first. So rotate your toes back to point down and then step your left foot down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold yourself down. And then inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms out and up. And then exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. So we just worked through the left hip, left quad. So I'm going to have you root down into the four corners of your right foot. And then take your left ankle to your right knee. Give your left foot a baby flex to support your kneecap. And then stick your bottom back and down. You got to find your balance. Pull the pit of your belly in. Squeeze at the base of your pubic bone. Stick your bottom back. And then hands are at heart center. And then you can also bring your hands down to the ground if you'd like. Breathing here. Awesome. Take one more inhale here. And then on the exhale, if it's available, I want you to slide your left foot down. Left ankle in front of the right ankle. Pinky toe to pinky toe. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold yourself down. There's an internal rotation to your thigh bones. Now, this is a gentle-ish class, right? So I'm not going to take you through an arm balance, but I do want to just plant a seed here. Your hands are down. Point your elbows back. Pin your shoulder blades to your upper back. You're not going to take your feet off the ground, but just roll to the balls of your feet. And I picked a bad day to wear bell bottoms. And then divide your knees. You're going to create a diamond-like shape with your legs. Your ankles are kissing here. And just gaze forward, bend your elbows, and maybe you just tap your knees to your triceps. Just trying to get you to feel that space in your groin, in your inner thigh, all that stuff. You can just pulse it, I don't care. And then when you're ready, straighten through your legs, and then unravel your feet, and just forward fold, let it go. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hands down, step your feet back, bring your knees to the earth, and then come all the way down. All right, y'all. So here we go with something a little bit different, right? So bring your hands back out, point your elbows up. On the inhale, this time I want you to really roll your right shoulder open and bring your left palm flat. Roll your right shoulder open and maybe you even kick your right foot towards your butt. And then you come back down, flatten your right hand, come onto crow fingers on your left hand, open up through your left shoulder, kick your heel towards your glute, and come down. Switching it out, just go side to side. You can even bring your hands down if you need to under the shoulders, if that feels better. Just play around with it. Move with your breath. You inhale to roll open, gaze over the shoulder, exhale to come down. Inhale to lift, roll open, and exhale to come down. Inhale, pull your heart through, lift it, standing on your two hands. And then exhale, take your hips to your heels. Rest it out. Second side, inhale, box pose. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, float your left heel high. Exhale, knee to your chin, your chest, your nose. Step it through. Right heel goes flat. Inhale, shoulders over your hips, arms up over your head. Exhale, settle it in. Squeeze at the base of your pubic bone. And then engage your right glute, your right hamstring. Arms to the sky. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, open yourself up. Warrior two, gaze to your left fingertips. Pull your pinkies back. Open up through your chest. Awesome. You're just creating some heat here, so it's all good. Gaze to your left hand. On the inhale, you lengthen your spine. Exhale, spin your right heel in, goddess pose towards the long edge of your mat. Drop your bottom down. Bring your hands, before we go into the other arms, to your thighs. Fingertips point down. And then you want your knees and your toes to point in the same direction. If for whatever reason the knees are hanging in, go ahead and turn the toes in. It's all good. Now your legs stay the same, but inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, dip your right shoulder down, gaze left. Inhale through center. Exhale, dip your left shoulder down, gaze right. One more round. Inhale. Get your breath. Exhale. Don't rush it. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come back through center. Bring your shoulders over your hips to start, but keep your knees bent. Left arm under the right. Either hug opposite shoulders or eagle up your arms. Whew. Apparently my right arm is tight. Now from here, you can stay as you are. Or inhale, lift your elbows, lift your forearms. Exhale to round it and tuck your elbows in towards your navel. Inhale to lift. Exhale to tuck. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bring your shoulders back over your hips. Unravel, reach your arms high. Exhale, spin your toes either parallel or slightly pigeon-toed. Forward fold, you're only here for a breath. And then inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, walk yourself to the top of your mat. Point your left toes forward. And then you're in your pyramid pose, left side. Remember, navel spins towards your left thigh bone. This is what keeps the left hip pulling back the right hip forward. Then you just melt it down. And then all of your weight into your left leg. Inhale to a standing split. Lift your right leg. Exhale, let your head hang completely. Spin your right toes down. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, bend your right knee. Open your hip up. It's an open hip, kind of twist from your standing split. And then you circle your right knee out. Maybe in both directions when you're ready. Ideally in both directions, I should say. And then maybe your left hand catches your right foot and pulls your heel towards your glute. At some point, the right knee will point straight up to the sky. Might not be today. It's all good. It's a very soft release. Your right foot extends, dial your right pinky toe down, and then exhale, right foot meets the left top of your mat. Let it go. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold yourself down. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms out and up. And then exhale your hands to heart center. Now you're going to root down into the four corners of your left foot. And bring your right your right ankle over your left knee. Flex through your right foot. Support your kneecap. Your hands can be at heart center. They can reach forward. Stabilizing your left leg as you stick your bottom back. Feel a slight upward facing dog sensation in your back, right? Even as your belly pulls in. You can also bring your hands down to the ground or to blocks. One more inhale here. And then exhale, slide your right leg to cross over the left. ankle over ankle. It's twisted root, forward fold. And then if you feel like just playing with it, slide your hands back. Roll to the balls of your feet. Divide your knees and create your diamond. So this is preparation for a cross ankle crow pose, right? But we're not going to do that today. It's just planting the seed. And then you can straighten your legs, let it go, unravel. Uttanasana, forward fold, let it hang. And then inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hands down, step yourself back. And to start off with, come onto your hands and knees. And grab your strap and sit back onto your heels, either with your toes tucked, or you could have your tops of your feet flat, whatever feels best. I am going to use my sweatshirt because I'm using my towel for my knees. Grab your strap, and then you're going to take it at either end. If you need more space, your hands are going to be farther away from each other. If you feel more spacious in your shoulders, your hands might be closer together. Just want you to inhale, bring your arms up overhead, and then to the best of your ability, without pushing yourself too far, you're going to exhale, take your arms back. Now, I'm hypermobile, so I might be going way deeper than you would go in your body. You've really got to pay attention. Inhale to come forward and up. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, rotate the hands back. Inhale, arms back and up. Oof. And then exhale, bring it down. I haven't done this in a while. Inhale, last one. Exhale, take your strap back behind you. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bring your strap down. Take a second. Shake your hands out, shake your arms out. Now come back onto hands and knees. Inhale here. Shift slightly forward. Exhale, come all the way to your belly. All right, so we're gonna move this. It's something we typically hold. So if you would rather just hold it, you're gonna hold it. Take your right arm out, palm face down. Your left arm is just underneath, your left hand is just underneath your left shoulder. Bend your left knee. Inhale, press into your left palm and roll over your right shoulder. Exhale, come back down onto your belly. Switch sides. Right hand is underneath your right shoulder. Left hand is out at shoulder height with your palm facing down. Bend your right knee. Inhale, press into your right palm. Roll over your left shoulder. Now taking it breath to movement. Exhale, belly down. Switch arms. Inhale, bend your left knee. Roll over your right arm. Exhale, come on to your belly, switching sides. Inhale, press into your right palm. Roll over your left arm. Exhale, come on to your belly. This third round, we're gonna hold. Inhale, right arm comes out, shoulder height. Press into your left palm. Let your head hang down, resting on the mat. And then if you want to take your left arm up and over and reach towards your right hand, it's there for you. Breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly come back onto your belly. Right hand comes underneath your right shoulder, left arm out to shoulder height. Bend your right knee, press into your palm, and then roll it over. And again, your right arm can reach back behind you, grab your left hand. Just be where you are. It's all good. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, come slowly back onto your belly. And then as you inhale, pull your heart through to lift it. And then exhale, take your hips back and down towards your heels and release out. Child's pose, being here. You can roll your forehead from side to side if you'd like. On your inhale, press up into your box pose. And on the exhale, just stack all of your joints. And then inhale, just bring your right knee forward to your right wrist and slide your left leg back behind you. So coming into half pigeon, you have the option to take this on your back in a reclined variation. You can also go into double pigeon if that would feel better for you. So find something that works and do that. And then either fold forward or stay lifted. Pretty much up to you. So feel that out. You flex lightly through your right foot. Breathe in and know that you're breathing in. Breathing out, you know that you're breathing out. All right, y'all. From here, slide your hands back, lift your chest, curl up your left toes, and then shift back, staying on hands and knees. And then bring your right knee back and circle it out. And maybe even really rotate, keeping your shoulders squared and leveled, but taking your right heel towards your left glute, stretching all of that space on the front side of your body. And then gently bring your right knee back down. If you need to sway your hips around or cat-cow, do that. And then inhale here. Bring your left knee towards your left wrist. Slide your right leg back. And then there's a gentle flex to your left foot. Your left shin can be up to parallel or not at all. Heel in towards your glute or in towards your pelvis, whatever is resonating the most in both your physical and energetic bodies. And then if you feel like folding forward, you do. And you breathe. All right. Slowly begin to walk your hands back so that you can lift up through your chest. And it's a gentle press back. So you lift up. I curl my right toes up underneath me to give me a little bit more space. And then you bring your left knee back through. And bend your left knee, flex your left foot, stack your hip, and then you start to circle it out. And you go in both directions. And at some point, you might really open up and keep your left heel moving towards your right glute so that you stretch all the way from your left armpit to your left hip. But you got to be careful with your low back, your spine, all that stuff. And then gently, carefully close your hip back off. And then if you need a quick child's pose, sit your hips back towards your heels. And when you're ready, inhale, press up into your box pose. And then let's find a seated position. Now, if you would like a traditional bridge or anything else like that, feel free to take it. If you have a block, I'm going to give you a different variation. Roll yourself down just one vertebra at a time until you're on your back. I'm going to put this under. My hair thing is in the way. So, there we go. Now, to open up all of this through the frontal side body, which we've been working on really the whole class, right? Take your block, press your feet down, lift your hips up, and let your block come for like a supported bridge. That's just how we're going to start, right underneath your sacrum. Find the spot that feels the best to you. Now you can stay just like this. You could also walk your feet forward, right? I like to have them a little bit wider than my hips and really stretch all of this stuff out from pubic bone to sternum. Now, if that feels awkward in your low back, you can either adjust the block, but you got to bring your feet back underneath you first. You can also try subtly pulling your core in so it's a little bit supported without overly engaging your abdominal muscles. So there's a lot that goes on. And then when you're ready to walk your feet back underneath you, press your feet down and lift your hips. Let your low back and your hips come back down to the ground. And then windshield wiper your knees from side to side, getting your spinal twist. And then come through center, hug your knees in, and when you're ready for a happy baby, or if you're ready for a happy baby, go into that. Bend your knees, draw them in towards your armpits, your thighs, more or less parallel to the ground. Flex your feet towards the sky. Take one more inhale here. And on your exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. And then bring your forehead up to your knees on an exhale, emptying out. And then take a deep breath in. And then exhale, open up to your Shavasana, unless you have something else you need to work into. Let your legs extend forward and hang comfortably open. Arms come down by the side body with your palms facing up. And if you can give yourself 8 minutes of just lying here, you can move into a meditative state, a restful state if you need, taking a nap if that's what shows up. And if you're trying to harness that floating meditative state without falling asleep, but without thinking, sometimes I have to repeat to myself, breathing in, I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. Stay here as long as you can. Peace be with each and every one of you. Rest and namaste.